Hello, everyone. Welcome. Bienvenidos, bienvenue, marhaban. Benvindo, kalasorisma, swagat, malagayang, pagdating, karibu, welkom, und willkommen zusammen. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Those of you here from America and those of you from 17 other countries around the world, thank you for being here today. These words of welcome in happier and perhaps more settled times might have been expected and even formulaic, but not this year. In approaching these remarks, and frankly this conference, I think that I and we need to open by acknowledging that this is a time of uncertainty, calamity, and war. Social norms have been shattered. Economic shock waves are spreading throughout the world. Geopolitical winds are blowing fiercely. Carbon markets might be a niche area, but we're not isolated from and can't really ignore what's happening in the wider world right now. And I just want to sort of open by really just addressing that and acknowledging that that people around the world are undergoing a lot of trouble right now. In that context, I do want to just sincerely thank you for making time in your schedules, for traveling away from your communities and your loved ones to be here. To those of you who have traveled from within America, thank you. To those of you who have crossed international borders to be here, thank you as well. And in both cases, I think there's been a lot more uncertainty and fear than there should be, and I just want to surface that we should never take for granted that freedom of movement, and thank you for exercising it to be here today at this conference. On a happier note, welcome to beautiful San Diego. This is the first time in 10 years that we've hosted the conference here, and that choice is not chance. I mean, yes, it is a choice because it's Southern California in the early springtime, and there's few finer places in the world I'd rather be, and we'd rather be. And next year I want to host the conference in my hometown of Toronto in mid-January, and hopefully you'll all like it there. But seriously, back to San Diego. This is a border city, and to California, I want to acknowledge and applaud the great state of California for its climate leadership. The policy certainty provided by the long-term renewal of Cap and Invest is welcomed, and as a long-standing offset project registry in California, we continue to stand ready to support the ARB in its important work of implementation and further protocol development. For Mexico, I want to acknowledge and applaud the growing initiatives throughout the country, including the leadership of governments at all levels and the efforts that local communities, ejidos, are putting into carbon projects. Gracias por todo lo que están haciendo. Espero que su liderazgo y su cooperación sean un modelo para el mundo. Thank you. Welcome to the Climate Action Reserve. We're delighted to be your hosts for the week. As many of you may know, we are a charity, a 501c3 headquartered here in California. We're governed by a great board of directors chaired by the legendary Linda Adams. I did see you, Linda. Where? Can you give a wave? I did see you. So we've also got a wonderful team of staff members, and I just want to sort of really appreciate them. What you may not know about us, although if you've logged into the Wi-Fi, the password might have given it away, is that it's our 25th year, and it's our 25th anniversary. And we're super proud to be able to celebrate a quarter century of integrity and impact that our stakeholders, and that's communities, project developers, buyers, and landowners, have achieved and that we've helped to facilitate. A few highlights, if I may. We continue to be proud of our service times. Time to market matters. We're resolute in our commitment to compress it as far as we can. Currently, we're tracking average processing times from project submittal to credit issuance on average of 30 days for industrial processes, 33 days for landfill and waste, and 59 days for nature-based solutions. And we'll continue to find efficiencies and keep these times as low as possible. Our issuances in the last financial year, July to June, were a record for us, and given current trends, we're on track to surpass it again this year. 2 months ago, we issued our 250 millionth carbon credit to a nitric acid production facility in Florida near the Alabama border. Earlier this year, we issued our first compliance-eligible credits in Washington State, and we're proud of our good working relationship with the Washington Department of Ecology. We're also very proud of the quality of our credits. As you know, we've received approval from the ICVCM, which we thank and acknowledge for helping raise the bar on quality. We're proud that our protocols have received such strong endorsement from them, and of all ICVCM labeled credits issued to date, approximately 31% of them are from the reserve. Key sectors for us continue to be industrial processes, waste and landfill gas, and forestry in the US and Mexico. We're noting increasing interest in other nature-based solutions, including agriculture and grasslands. We're also working on a new protocol for marginal oil and gas wells here in the US that we expect to release in June, as well as our first protocol in India. More broadly, our work to modularize our protocols continues as we make them eligible to receive projects from around the world, rather than just named jurisdictions. Regarding engagement with the broader market, I want to take a moment and acknowledge the growing influence and role of buyers in helping challenge us, all of us, to do more and to do better and to do it faster. So for representatives of buyers and buyers associations who are here with us today, thank you. There are also many providers of infrastructure services here with us, and your role in helping to make this market become more secure, to become more attractive to sophisticated market participants is appreciated and acknowledged as well. Regarding our finances, these have, of course, been difficult years for the carbon market. That said, I'm happy to share that we are now, again, in a position to grow. Growth comes at every level. This week, we've hired 2 new entry-level staff members, recently graduated and new to the sector. They're here with us today, Daphne Protis and Berenice Brito. During what is frankly a brutal job market for people starting out in their careers, let me, if I may, use this platform to recognize everyone here in the audience who's making the decision to hire entry-level people, the long-term capacity of our organizations, and without hyperbole or exaggeration, I think social cohesion requires commitments on all of our parts to build knowledge and expertise over the years, and giving people the chance that frankly we all benefited from in the past. So Daphne and Berenice, welcome, and I hope this is the next step in your long and distinguished careers. And last but certainly not least, welcome to NACW. This is the 23rd annual conference, and what started from modest origins as a get-together of the immediate reserve community has evolved into becoming a large and important event. I want to thank my colleague Jennifer Weiss for her coordination of the conference, to the other members of the Reserve Senior Leadership Team, Kristen Gorgenpour and Amy Kessler, and to a wonderful team of staff members with particular gratitude for whom the conference has really consumed the past few weeks and months of their lives, and that's Ray Lee, Judy Gallegos, and Edith Calderon. Thank you all very much. Thank you to all sponsors. Your support helps to make this conference possible. Ultimately, this conference is intended to be a break-even endeavor for the Reserve, and your support in a very direct way helps to make that possible. Among the many sponsors, I do want to pay tribute to the governments of Canada and Quebec, which have provided support over many years for this event. Au gouvernement du Canada et du Québec, merci. Merci de reconnaître l'importance des relations bilatérales, et merci de votre soutien à la lutte contre les changements climatiques. At a time of and I say this as a Canadian, delicate bilateral relations, I think it's fundamental that we rise above that hurly-burly of social media posts and the like, and recognize that our two countries, while separate, are inseparable. So, thank you. Thank you also to all speakers. There's over 100 of you covering topics across the markets, opportunities, governance, and technology tracks. And yes, there are a lot of familiar faces and names, but there's also a lot here that is new. This year, we have new focus sessions on the role of artificial intelligence, registry infrastructure, super pollutants, the reauthorization of cap and invest here in California, carbon accounting and disclosures, Ask Me Anything with trade media, landfills, renewable energy, and more. So thank you all speakers for being here and contributing your knowledge and expertise. In closing, I just want to return to something that I opened with, and that yes, carbon markets are a niche, and yes, in this time of uncertainty, we can feel surrounded by forces much larger than ourselves, and that can feel isolating and powerless. But one of our board members, Heather O'Neill, recently said something that really struck with me and resonated. And it was that in troubled times, we should take heart from and trust that just as we are focused on our little niche, that there are other groups of people like us who are focused on their niches throughout the country and throughout the world. And while we can't change everything here, we can change something, doing our bit, just as they are working on theirs. And you know, the constellation of those efforts is pretty darn powerful and awesome. So just want to say that. And so when it comes to shattered social norms, I think the act of gathering here under one roof that's listening, speaking, engaging with each other, I think that's a way of rebuilding those norms. On economic shockwaves, we know carbon markets can help countries and economies transition into adopting more sustainable patterns of production and consumption. And when it comes to geopolitical winds, carbon markets by definition promote cooperation among the 18 countries that are represented here, among people from different geographies, disciplines, backgrounds, and more, and can potentially help to turn down that temperature even just a little bit. So thank you. Thank you, all of you, for coming here today. I wish you all a happy, successful, and prosperous conference where you can meet up with old friends, meet new ones, and ultimately, at the end of it, have a safe and happy and smooth return home. Thank you.